A variable product is a product that comes with more than one variation. If you have ever shopped for clothes, local shop or online, you would have noticed that most clothes come in variations. Here is an example. Most clothing comes in different sizes such as small, medium, and large, where each size can be a variation. To first create variations, you need to create an attribute to get the variations from. The attribute for this example is going to be called size. There are many other attributes that you can use such as size, color, brand material, etc. Creating a variable product involves the same process as a simple product except for the part where you have to assign an attribute and set the variations. Here is how you would do it. The first step is to go to the product data section and then select the variable product type from the drop-down. You will notice that variations and attributes were added to the menu for you to use. Click on Attributes from the menu and then you will be presented with two options. You can create a new attribute or choose an existing one that you created from the global attributes under the product menu on the left-hand side. Remember that if you plan to use the same attribute on more than one product, then you should create a global, otherwise you will not find this product when you use the filter on your store. In this case, we are going to use size on more than one product, so it would be best if we use the global attribute instead. Here is how to do it. Click on Add Existing and then select Size. Wait for the screen to load and then click on the Values field. All the values will then be displayed for you to choose from. You can select multiple values and make sure that the order is also correct. Make sure that the options visible on the product page and used for variations are selected, then click on the Save Attributes button to save them. The next step is to create the variations by selecting the Variations tab underneath the attributes. Wait for the screen to load. For this example, we are going to click on Generate Variations. You can also manually add them if you do not have that many. A pop-up will appear and then click on OK. Wait for the screen to load and Woocommerce will create the variations for you. Click on the variation that you want to edit to open it up. You can upload an image for each variation and then set the price and all the relevant information. You should also remember to enable the Manage Stock option because each variation will have its own stock level. Once you are finished with the variation, then you can click on the other ones and edit their information as well. For the sake of this tutorial, we are only going to do one variation. The attributes gallery is located under Variations. With this functionality, you can add separate gallery images for each variation. The gallery images for that variation will be shown once you select the variation on the product page. The first step is to click on Select an attribute and then select a single attribute that you have galleries for. Once selected, then click on the Add to Gallery button. Next, you need to click on the arrow-shaped button and then select the images you want to add. To add more than one image, you can hold the Control button on your computer's keyboard and then select the images that you want to use. You can then click on the blue Save Changes button to update the changes. The attribute swatches are located under the Attributes gallery. You will notice that your attributes and values are already set for you. There are 3 different ways to display the variations on your product page. You can display them as a clickable button, a custom color, or as a clickable image. You can play around with each of these methods and then see how they are going to look like on the product page. You can view the page by clicking on Preview Changes on top or opening the link in a new tab. Now let's see what the product page is going to look like. You will notice that the variations will be displayed above the Add to Cart button. By clicking on each variation, you will notice that the price and image will change to reflect the selected variation.